mean, there was like
What was bought up?
Pardon me?
What was bought up?
The Poor Boys bar that I was just telling you about.
Yeah, you said it had
That was
something to do with
that was
Spreckers.
yes, Spreckers. Yes, Spreckers. They bought Spreckers and they turned it into a fancy bar downstairs. Not a bar,
Hmm.
but like a beer joint. But
Yeah, it seems like everything's turning into a beer joint. That'd be a great dystopian theme for like The Simpsons or something.
yeah, well, this place is like a mausoleum or a morgue or something because parking is not allowed except for metered parking
Hmm.
right on the street. So and they have to go to each intersection.
Hmm.
Each intersection, no matter where you are parked, that's where you have to register your car
Yeah.
as for being occupying parking space. Anyway, in the back alley behind the parking lot behind that Poor Boys,
Hmm.
behind the Beckers, is I saw there were 7 cars parked there in skinny little angled. The parking lines were painted.
Hmm.
So you angled your car just maybe 45 degrees to get it in.
Yeah.
But to get it out, you had to back it up all the way as you
Yeah.
brought it in.
Back into active traffic, right?
Get around.
Yeah.
Pardon me?
They had to back right into the active lane of traffic, right?
No.
No.
It's in the yard. It's in the not the backyard.
Hmm.
It's the property behind the Poor Boys
Hmm.
beer joint. It's the property behind Sprecher's hardware store where you got like parking for like 7 spaces, and it's like where do people park? I don't know where they park. There's a public parking thing that's also available next door to them, and behind whatever building that is there. But that one too
Hmm.
requires every parking.
Hmm.
Now that's the public parking space, but it's got a public it's got a public rental thing. I mean, it's
Yeah.
and you got to pay for them too, like you're parking on the street.
Yeah.
But it's actually but Chris, it's a fucking parking lot. It's a parking lot, but every space in there is marked with a parking permit. You got to have a permit in this parking lot.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, which is not right.
Well, every town and city struggles with that.
If
It's always a lack of parking because they always want more tourism than there's more spaces for cars to park.
Yeah, but Chris, I'm not going to park in a public lot and have to pay for it.
Yeah.
I want to park in a public lot and not pay for it.
Yeah.
The public lot, so I'll go in there. There's my public lot, and I'm
Hmm.
paying for it. I'm not paying for it.
Well, yeah. Do you remember? Do you remember the main theater parking? I mean, if you weren't actually enjoying something within that building, they would tell you to leave.
I didn't know that.
Like even if you just tied up your bike there, inside the garage, they would question what you were doing as if you were some riffraff or something like that, even if you were going to something within that building, because they didn't like the idea of anything other than a car fitting in there and getting free parking.
Just a minute before you were talking, before the phone rang, the thought was going through my head to go over to Poor Boys and offer them our services for next Monday.
Oh, that might be interesting. Yeah.
I'm not going to.
Oh, you thought about it?
Yeah, it crossed my mind, and I thought, oh my God,
Mm-hmm.
that would be cool. That would really be cool because that would piss off the cops and the city's fathers or the city bureaucrats or whatever they are.
What are you talking about?
Making music at the Poor Boys for St. Patty's Day.
Oh, why would it piss anybody off?
Because they'd be jealous because everybody in Poor Boys would be having a good time with us leading the band, and they wouldn't like it.
I mean, the thing is, nobody hates us to begin with.
They don't want anybody to drink. They don't want anybody to drink. That's the problem. That's the problem with Effort.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. You were talking before at the effort affair how they didn't have a beer tent. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I told the
Yeah.
cops I have a beer. Oh no, that's the last thing we need. They're sick. It's like there's like a
and,
it's like a walking dead.
and yet stakeholder wise, for a town or a city to be thriving, it does need some bars. I mean, the bars fill in where a lot of the other businesses won't fit, because I mean, you can't have a whole city that's just nonprofits, or a whole city that's just universities or whatever, or corporate
That's the problem.
centers.
That's the problem with Lancaster. Too many
Mhm.
nonprofits.
Yeah.
Yeah, too many. Yeah. But anyway, so I crossed my mind. But anyway,
But see, the nonprofits have to step in where the local government can't, and then of course the
yes,
nonprofits have to apply for federal grants, because of course the federal grants take into consideration anybody who basically falls through the sieve, if you will, um, you know, that
yeah,
the state and local governments can't take care of because their hands are tied with the
right,
mandatory budget things and the limited tax base.
right. Yeah, but
So you're
not
saying that
interesting.
these healthcare systems are trying to make a rush to expand before they basically lose all their funding and have to theoretically shrink back and sell off assets.
Well, what I'm doing is putting clothes on the animal that you already told me about.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Okay.
doing. I said, oh, that's why. That's why.
Hmm.
What they're doing makes sense. Now it makes sense what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
And they don't have enough They don't have enough staff.
Hmm.
Initially, they don't have enough staff.
Well, it's like you were saying, some of these speech pathologists that are just starting out, they're like a temp or per diem, and maybe making $10 an hour, which is less than they could be making at Walmart and stuff like that. It's
No,
everything's like downgraded, isn't it? Because you hear sometimes that somebody with a law degree or a PhD, you know, um, can't find a spot, and they end up working at Walmart. I mean, we've heard about these things for years, but yeah, go
oh,
ahead. But yeah, you had said before that essentially the allied health professions were like making far less than uh, than they should, and then not only are they sometimes temp and per diem, but they're also floaters between locations that could be like 30 miles away from each other. Like, remember when you temped for a little while, they expect you to go down to York a couple times,
right,
right? Or anywhere else they had a network location.
right. Yeah, yeah. Um,
It's a
but
huge amount of risk for anybody. Like, well, first
well,
of all,
the
risk of
money,
wear and
the
tear
money,
if they don't
the
crash.
money that the money they pay isn't worth the travel to me.
Yeah, exactly.
This,
But that's the way it's supposed to be, so that they can make a profit.
right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I had 150 miles to travel on one job to one particular hospital.
Yeah.
I had one patient who needed my help. I turned right around. And
Yeah,
went,
I mean, what do you call that? Job care advantage.
yeah, no. Yeah,
What
but
benefits
anyway,
were they offering? Did they just offer
yeah.
you a bonus and then have you work on like really low wages or something?
No. Oh no, the money's there. The
Oh,
money's
okay.
there for the people that hire out.
No, but I mean, was it a normal salary that the amount you're
Normal
used to
salary.
making?
No, normal. No, you make the money, but it's not predictable.
Yeah.
It's not predictable how much money
Mhm.
you're gonna make. It depends what kind of job it is. If it's a educational based position, it's gonna pay a lot less than a medical based position, and especially a medical based travel job or a medical based nursing home job. Yeah, so of course nursing homes is medical based all the time, but um, you don't come away with that much money. The patient isn't available. If the patient's sick or something, you can't bill for it. Um, People, there's all kinds of reasons. I mean, you walk in on somebody from a nursing home, a new admission to a nursing home, and they don't want to talk to you right away. They want to talk to their kids, right? Well, the way they do it here, they
Hmm.
Keystone's good at this. They
Mm-hmm.
The dog we got, the firehouse dog, that
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is, wears on her head. But anyway, I think it would be cool if that dog let something out. Anyway, went around to school, went around high school, close to the two minutes, 3 minute long printing school. That's what
Printing school?
Printing school.
Yeah.
I mean, they printed the stuff, yeah. Anyway,
Uh,
yeah.
you okay? Are you getting tired?
No, I think I might have just dozed off.
Yeah, I think you did doze off because your words were kind of slurring over and you were getting really quiet.
Yeah. Well, I'm getting better though. I'm up too early, damn it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, maybe we should both take a nap or something. I don't know.
What we got to do is we got to get together and make some music. So we got to do.
Yeah.
We have to get together and make some music.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Did you know there's somebody who goes to the UU church who actually plays guitar regularly, like out in the community? His name is Dan Hauk. I found his business page. He hasn't friended me yet on Facebook, but I think he's an interesting fellow. I want to say a lot of people that have, I want to say maybe 50-50. So maybe about 50% of the people who I've friended from the church have friended me, but then the other 50% are just either so busy that they don't use Facebook at all, or maybe they're just naturally holding back or something.
Right.
I think it's just they're too busy. I mean, most.
So you know this guy?
Oh, Dan Hauk, yeah. I've seen him perform at the UU church a lot. Like he doesn't perform like regular like holy songs or Christian music or whatever. I mean, he usually plays more of the the folksy kind of things, I would say.
Yeah.
Or the things where they have the whole contemporary band set up.
Right.
Yeah, sometimes they do contemporary, sometimes they do ancient. Depends on the way they're feeling. I thought sometimes when I was listening to like the flute ensemble that I was listening to my music from the time of the Spanish Armada CD from the year 1588 with the York Waits. Yeah, I don't have that CD anymore, but of course I remember some of the tunes on it.
So what's this guy do? He just sings at the UU church?
Oh, what? Oh, Dan Hauk. No, he sings out in bars too, just like us. I don't know what kind of music he sings, but because I didn't look at any of his performances, but I mean outside of the church, I don't know what he does. I'm assuming he's a little bit like Joe Lerman, doing folk rock and acoustic, but probably more so, the lighter side of acoustic, I'm guessing.
Right. Well, we'll just show up somewhere.
Yeah. Well. See, here's the thing. I mean, I mean, I know you don't like to, perform out in the cold, but like, how about when it gets warm, we could just go to the Pocket Park across from Rack, or we could go on the Penn Street Bridge, or we could go into the Goggle Works Garden, and then just sit down there next to the entrance. So of course the back entrance has now become the front entrance again because they finished the construction next to the parking lot. So that's essentially where where the garden is, so to speak. And then they're going to create like a whole a much bigger courtyard with a band shell and stuff like that eventually. Yeah. And then the other option is, we could always, just sit out here, right out front of my apartment complex and just play for the seniors who are going in and out of the senior center.
Right.
Do you know a lot of?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
I know a lot of songs that the old people know.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Yeah, we
Yeah.
played some at the Mennonite home. Yeah, it was a great idea. Maybe we can even get into the senior center to play for them sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be a little bit more low key than actually going to a nursing home and signing up for an official contract and stuff like that. Remember, we did try that, but then you didn't we didn't like the idea, or you didn't like something I said, and then and then we had candid. Maybe it was just too much.
I just saw Father Murray. Father. Who's the one that was here and he's gone?
Uh,
He was a drinker.
heavy drinker. Uh,
Yeah.
um,
He went out to Philly. Then he got them other three priests in here.
I don't remember. What set of years was this?
It was 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
Oh, you mean before? You mean before Father John Murray? Well, all I remember is that there's of course there's McGarity, and then there's Geiger, and then Collins was the very reverend for a while. He was the tennis player, and then before Collins we had Gildea, Reverend Arthur Gildea or Gildea. I don't know how you pronounce it, but anyway.
Right.
And then before that, I don't remember. I don't remember who it was because I was just so young at the time.
Yeah. Somebody passed me it was a singles tennis court.
Mm-hmm.
Singles tennis court, and sorry, they had the car was parked real close by.
Mm-hmm.
No other cars visible.
Mm-hmm.
And these two guys went at it, and well, they were really going at it.
What do you mean went at it? You mean fighting?
Tennis rackets.
Oh,
Rackets.
okay. Playing tennis.
These guys are really playing good tennis, Man, it was good.
Where? After the park?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
A couple of years ago. Yeah, more than a couple of years ago. Well, it was great, though. Anyway, are you gonna go listen to McGregor? What's his name? The senior from Bishop Cole. Bishop. What's his name when you want to hide people from that you're not tested, that you're not test warrants?
Wait, what do you mean? Hide people? What do you mean?
She's what they do. Nothing shows up. They're doing if one of the dogs dies or something like that, you know what I mean?
No, I have no clue.
Yeah. Well, they're starting to wander.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna
Go take a nap.
I don't want to take a dump. No, I don't want to take a nap. I want to play music with you. Is what I want to do.
Well, I mean, the thing is, you didn't want to come up tonight, did you?
No, I'm not able to. I wouldn't be able to.
You mean bodily?
Physically, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm too skittish. Yeah, I don't want to. No. But sometime I'd like to go down to movies with you
Mm-hmm.
and just do those two songs. What is it called? It's that song that was so. No, I can't do it now. Shit.
That's okay. It'll come back to you.
They're taking it away. That one is a Canadian song.
Yeah.
Canadian song.
Yeah.
They're taking it away, and
Oh, how about the Tom Rush one?
Yeah, that's a funny song, but it's not a crazy song.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
but you want to do a crazy song? But doesn't
not
it fit
crazy,
though?
but
I mean, aren't people worried about the billionaires? You
yeah.
know, thinking that they're the victims.
I think the billionaires does billionaire prospect doesn't phase any of them because they're so stupid. They are so completely bought into the whole Trump thing, that to control Trump magazine. They're happy to pop open these letters
Hmm. Well,
and
why do you suppose people like Andrew Yang, who's a serial entrepreneur, and also Mark Cuban, who was a host on Shark Tank, why do you suppose they decided to support Democrats rather than Republicans? See, because it seems like the religiosity of the Republicans actually makes them anti-business.
yeah.
So,
That's
like the religious stuff is so literalist, so fundamentalist that it's just out there. But the thing is, I don't actually think they have the ability to see outside of a fundamentalist, literalist perspective, just like the way they see the Constitution.
who's Father Royce Brown.
But the thing is, it has to do with giftedness because on the intergifted website, they say that the higher analytical thinkers can assign various layers of meaning to things, so not just literalist physical meanings but also different abstract meanings and sort of like webs of meaning, if you will.
Right. Yeah. Um, who's Father Royce Brown? Royce Howard Royce Royce. He's a priest over at LPH.
Yeah.
I just saw his name and picture in the church paper yesterday.
Uh-huh. What about him? Is he making the
I don't
church
know.
better? Is he asking the right questions? Is he having people ask questions about the faith? Is he giving theology classes?
No, he's
See
a priest.
that's the thing about the Catholic Church I don't get around here. I mean, it's like people aren't really like inquisitive or allowed to inquire really around here unless of course they're in a sanctioned like young adult group, or unless they have I don't know, I don't remember what Catholics call it. Mission weekend. Remember you
They're
used to have.
going to have a mission this week.
Yeah, that's similar to when the Mennonites do a tent revival, is what I'm saying. Yeah, but the thing is, you don't necessarily get the feel that the entire community is invited, or that the entire community can get something out of it. Like even within the Catholic community, there's all of these micro exclusions going on, and people don't see it because um, it's just the way that they've been wired, so to speak, by their upbringing and stuff like that. And and so the thing is, like I see with sometimes um, religious people are make for very good professionals, because I think subconsciously they're tying what they do to their faith, but then they become rigorously practicing of whatever legalisms they learn, and then they forget about the people element. It's not to say that they're not really good at what they do, but sometimes you get the feeling that that profession is all they do, and they, they're they're strictly specialists, and they make a lot of money doing it. But the generalists are the ones who anthropologically can advance the civilization theoretically.
Yeah. Well, he's a priest at OMPH, and he's been a priest for 3 years. I don't know how old he is.
Mm-hmm.
He's not very old.
Mm-hmm.
He's a young man. I'll say he's a young man. He's black, and I don't know his last name.
Oh, I can't tell you how many continental Africans Laura used to introduce me to, who were visiting priests at Alvernia. It was so interesting. I mean, she knew people from all over the world. It was it was actually a little bit disturbing at times when she would tell me that some random bishop from the other side of the world would call her at 4 in the morning to settle a dispute with somebody here or something like that, as if she was like Ambassador Laura or something. Did you ever get
Right.
to meet her?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Um, okay. In a nutshell, she's half Italian. Her Italian relatives come from that xenophobic place called Hazleton, and 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 she can drink 2 quarts of wine without feeling a whole lot. And she went to the Catalonia region of Spain for a study abroad, and she became obsessed with, being sort of a caretaker, if you will, a shepherd to that people, especially when she found them here in America. Yeah. So anyway, and the thing was, Laura was hoping that I would just sort of like um, instantly flip into this personality where I was suddenly making like, $500,000 or something like that. Well, not half a million, but she was expecting me to become an MD overnight, and then
Right.
take care of her and and everything like that. Um,
Right.
and then if I couldn't, she thought I should become a priest.
Yeah. Well,
and,
they're
and
weird.
and the thing is, she kept threatening to become a nun. Well, maybe she did, because according to Intellius, she was in something like South Carolina. I mean, either that or she accepted a teaching position there, where she could use her ESL skills. I don't know how big the Latino population is down there. I mean, because she was working for Madres Motivadas here in Reading, which was for um, uh,
But
yeah.
Padre Pios?
What?
Who's Padre Pios?
No. Madres Motivadas, motivated moms. It was for um, these Latina immigrants who recently had children, and and they couldn't speak English, so she would tutor them in English using her master's of ESL skills that she got, from the Lehigh Valley campus while they were still offering it there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Similar thing happened here.
What?
So similar thing happened here.
Yeah.
But
Richard is telling me that the Latino population has also increased a lot in Lancaster as well. Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. I mean,
I
sometimes.
just well, I don't know. Looking for that dirt container that I can empty the pot out and then fill it with some clean dirt. You can have the beautiful beautiful interpretation of the mysteries of the Rosary, but it's so concise and snippets, like you
Mhm.
don't really get the whole thing, but still, it's kind of neat to have that. It's not here anymore. I think it went into Philly somewhere on display or something. I think that's what it is. But
You're saying something that was in the church?
yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
okay. Yeah. Sometimes they do that. They
yeah,
ceremonially move things. Uh, yeah. I never got that.
yeah.
It's almost like all the different places where they would, bury Juan and Evita Perón's remains and stuff like that. And
Right.
and then the fact that they had to dig up the body of the czar to compare his blood with the royal highnesses in Britain, that that was pretty amazing too.
Yeah.
Basically all of the European royal families are related. And so it's not too surprising, say, if anybody from one of those royal families actually makes it into American politics either. I mean, because these are just powerful people in general. It's not like they were deliberately thinking they were entitled just because they were royalty. And rich people tend to marry amongst each other and hang out amongst each other. Did you ever see the movie Born Rich? It's free on YouTube now. They put it into the public domain. Um, oh, and
Yeah.
also another great movie that I found has gone to the public domain is Taken for a Ride. It's about the Great American Streetcar Scandal. Now, of course, Reading was a little bit different because the Reading Railroad went down, not because of the streetcar scandal, but because the coal mines in Pennsylvania failed to compete with those out in the Midwest. You know, the anthracite mines. And then, of course, you know, we were stuck not making much profit from the coal mines and still having to like remediate them so that people wouldn't fall in or get sulfur poisoning or get coal dust poisoning. Um, you read from some places in the coal regions that the cars have this light sheen of coal dust on them. And so you almost wonder, you know, is it giving people higher rates of cancer and stuff like that? You know,
Right.
and without passenger rail are places like Pottsville, you know, falling apart.
Bars in small towns,
Yeah.
north of Pottsville
Mhm.
and stuff. Other just nice little normal neighborhood bars.
Yeah.
Could we
Oh,
walk into a bar?
yeah, yeah. Oh,
Do they
yeah.
have music? Do they have music up there in those little bars?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I mean, they do have some iconic places up that way. Yeah, of course. Um,
Sniff around up there with your little detective skills. See what is it there?
well, I can. Oh, I can Google it right now. um, uh, Pottsville.
Because I was talking about Mr. Mike's. I like that place, but it's not going to go. What we do is not going to go
Mhm.
there. Because those people don't have a brain. They just listen to music.
Okay, I can look at. Okay, so. Okay, so there's. Let's see. They sometimes have open mics at Pilgaroo Brewing. I forgot what Pilgaroo means. Do you remember offhand?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Discover open mics and events in Pottsville, PA. I'll look at Eventbrite and I'll look at all events. Um, wow. Let's see. Uh, they actually have an opening your first restaurant seminar. But anyway, business, food and drink, health, music. There we are. Music. Let's see. Open mic night at the movies, celebrity open mic for music, comedy, karaoke. All acts welcome. Huh. Open mic / jam session with Jesse Lowy band. Oh, but that's not in Pottsville. That's yeah. These ones are actually in Greater Philly. There's one in Oaks, and then there's one in Media, PA, and then let's see. Open mic jam. Uh, let's see where this Ortlieb's is. Ortli. Oh, that's in Philly. Okay.
There's got to be something up there. Something like real casual,
Yeah.
you know.
Well,
Just have fun.
Why don't I just type in bar with
Godfrey's
entertainment?
is one place, but
How about bar with entertainment, Coal Regions, PA?
whoa,
Hmm.
yeah.
Okay, it says for a bar with entertainment in the PA coal region, consider Miners Tavern in Minersville, known for its coal mine theme, great music and food, or Coal Miners Bar and Grill in Lansford, which also offers wings, burgers, and cheesesteaks.
Yeah.
Oh, and then they also have top 10 lists at coalregion.com. Yeah, so these are favorite bars in the coal region. Club 18 in Pottsville. Okay, Benny's in Gerardville. RJ's in Shenandoah. The Coal Hole in Shamokin. Gonda's Elbow Room in Wilkes-Barre. the Corner Lounge in Colpmont, the Pirates Club in Mahanoy City, the Black Diamond in Frackville, the Took Ones in Tamaqua, uh, and Sandcastle Cafe in St. Clair. Uh, and then there's a whole bunch of honorable mention things. Um, oh, okay. So it says the truth is they are all winners, even if they no longer exist. So this even has the ones listed that don't even exist anymore. Wow. Maybe I'll send these to you, or I can just try and Google every one of them and and see which ones still exist.
I'm gonna see evening after we're eat pretty soon now. I want to see about looking these things up. These
Hmm. Hmm.
little beer gardens in these small country towns.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Just out of curiosity, I'm going to click on festivals.
man, I'll talk to you again. Eh?
Yeah,
We'll keep thinking about this. He's thinking about this. We'll keep sniffing around, see if we can find
yeah,
something that would attract attention. You know.
yeah. So these are all of the major events in towns in the coal regions for the whole year. I mean, assuming that they still have all of these.
Right. Yeah, because some of them, just fold up and you don't know what.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll see it. Just
Okay. Yep.
stay well. Stay well.
Oh, I will. I will. I definitely will. I'm
Take care.
taking things easy now. Yep. All right.
Cool. Take care, Chris.
All right.
Bye.
You too. All right. Bye.